Butterflies of Doom by Josh L. Head, a.k.a. Jennifer F. H. Furwins. Simply epic, said the woman as she examined the beautiful specimen that sat on her finger. She stared at the bug's majesty as her mind lingered. It had been a while since she had seen one in person. A butterfly of doom is an omen that one's situation will worsen. She soaked in the moment and sat with it for a while. As the butterfly fluttered away, she smiled. You see, near every butterfly of doom roamed, a creature of legend, one that she hoped to hone. It was a beetle of victory that she knew was near. She put her ear to the ground to see if she could hear. It was closer than she thought. The thing was, she found it was far enough away to be a challenge. She was ready as she jumped on the motorcycle she called her stallion. She rode toward the plains with willing demand, for a beetle of victory was going to be a part of her clan. As she rode towards the open valley, as the sky grew dim, she heard the thunder coming from the wind. Just as she came to the storm, she saw it, a herd of giant beetles with giant horns. Just between hours, adventurers strewed all around. Was the majestically tragic that others' fates had found. I will have them for my very own, she said as the seeds of her victory she strewed to be sown. She was alert. She knew that thunder was just about to come down. She sped off through this field of tragedy, as other adventures that had failed tried to stop this reality. Each tried to jump in our hero's way. Bypass them she did till she found a delay. She found herself by those that had fallen, surrounded by what she knew to be the valley's worst sorrows. Our hero seemed to be a little saddened, but she grew in her resolve due to the heart that she followed. She revved up her cycle and prepared to jump. A valley of thorns that out of the ground had just sprung up. She flew over all the sorrows. She wasn't very sad. It was not her place to bury herself in such bad. As she landed on the ground, her victory was assured. If she just prepared from here, she would breach into the eye of the storm. As she gathered what she would need, the area filled with butterflies of doom telling her not to proceed. She ignored their cries as they danced about. She only had one goal, and she knew she would grow stronger as she readied to beach the storm wall called doubt. She got back to her cycle, and without delay, she revved up her motorcycle and went into the gray. Before she could reach the end of the swirling winds, she got kicked back out by a sky dragon set ready at the end. Ready she was to give up on this mission, but calling to her was the tragedy she would find if she gave in to such a decision. She pulled herself back together. Heading back into the storm, she breached the wall and made it like a feather. She traveled around, going in the wind's very direction. This allowed her to bypass this very tragedy's destruction. As she reached the center of the storm, she felt quite warned. She came up to the beetles as they lay beside her. She thanked herself and the butterfly of doom that had been there from beyond the nether. She sat down and drifted off to sleep. They were now hers due to the wind she had reached. They came up beside her and stayed there that day. You see, victory may not come easily in the end. The thing was, a butterfly of doom is a true sign one can win.